with two girls and a guy. We have Matt Czuchry. He is Cary, who plays on The Good Wife. And Matt, I don't know if you know this about me. I've been watching The Good Wife from day one.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't know that about you, but now I do. So
and then to top it off, because I love IMDb. So once I found out who you were, and you are quite sexy, I will say, I had to find out more information about you. Then I find out you went to the College of Charleston.
That's right. I come to Charleston a lot because it's my favorite place in the world, literally. So I love Charleston, and my parents come there often. They do not live there.
We agree with you 100%. Charleston is one of the greatest cities in the world. Now, what did you major in when you were at the college?
I majored in history and political science and graduated with a double major in both of those, and was pursuing a career as a lawyer, and took the law school admissions test after my junior year in college at the College of Charleston, and failed it and did horribly on it. And it's amazing how your opportunities can oftentimes come out of your obstacles, because that's when I decided to start to look at a career as an actor and what that would mean, and started taking some classes outside of the College of Charleston, fell in love with it, and started to pursue that career. And that's kind of where I am right now, and living in New York and shooting this show, The Good Wife.
Now, did you act when you were younger? Like, did you do theater in high school? Or was it just kind of like you knew the path you wanted to be? You were going to be a lawyer. You were going to do all that. And then you're like, why not? Let's try something new.
No, I didn't do any theater or anything like that growing up as a kid. I didn't know I was going to be going to a profession in law. I think in terms of just in college, one thing I'm so grateful for, my parents and my two brothers and sister are all older than me. It's kind of like I have five parents. They've always just told me, do what you love.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved history and political science, so I majored in both of those, and then was thinking about the law, and things worked out in a different way. In terms of how I was as a kid, I did always love creating characters and using my imagination and being a storyteller. So when it came time to kind of decide a career path after college, and the law school thing looked less and less likely, that's when actually my parents and my brothers and my sister pushed me into becoming an actor and saying, hey, we think this is something that's always been within you, and if you nurture it and work hard at it and learn what the craft is about, we think you can do it. So that's kind of how it happened.
It's funny. I hear you, and I learn something about you every time. Now, you were the captain of the tennis team. You were Mr. College of Charleston. You wanted to be an attorney, and you play Cary Argos on The Good Wife, and you are an attorney. How ironic is that for you?
Right, yeah, and played at the College of Charleston there. Played tennis there under Coach Angelo Nestapulo, who now just coaches the women's team. But all my friendships and professors and the city of Charleston are incredibly defining for me in so many ways, because as anybody who has those defining moments, I mean, college for me and at the College of Charleston was a before and after moment for me in terms of that. And then I started to pursue acting, and now, when I go to Charleston, it feels like home for me.
What's your go-to place when you come home?
Oh, God, everywhere. I don't really have a go-to place. I would just say Charleston in general for me, in terms of the people, in terms of the food, in terms of the memories I have from going to school there, in terms of my friends who still live there. That's what makes it feel like home to me, not necessarily anything specifically, but just all those memories and experiences and the people and the food and just the vibrance of the city, as you guys know so much.
Yeah, well, okay, let's get to The Good Wife, because, Cary, you've been a bad boy lately. Tell me you're not guilty.
I can't tell you that. coming this Sunday, what we've got is an episode called The Trial, and basically this season has been different from other seasons.
Mm-hmm.
This season has been more serialized, meaning we've followed one case over the course of multiple episodes, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 episodes. And in seasons past, we would just follow one case per episode. So this coming Sunday is the mid-season finale. It's the climactic episode called The Trial. It's really going to kind of encapsulate everything we've been following in terms of Cary and whether is he guilty, is he innocent, is he going to spend 15 years of his life in jail, is he going to flip on Lamont Bishop, who's the biggest drug dealer in all of Chicago, or is he going to take a plea deal? And all those kind of questions are going to come to light this Sunday.
I watched last week's episode, and you are not afraid of Bishop at all. He put a hit out on you. At least they got it on the recording that he said he wanted to have you killed because he thought you turned on him, and you went up into this man's face, into his apartment, knowing this, and there's no fear when it comes to Cary.
Oh, well, Bishop, the character you're talking about, is the biggest drug dealer in Chicago, and my character is a lawyer who represents him. And certainly Bishop, that character, has been there for season 1, and having done 6 seasons now, we've created this world over the course of 100 episodes where Bishop is a real threat to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of Cary in that moment, his choices had been reduced. He had no other options. He was fearing for his life in last Sunday's episode, and he had to get through that fear, and he knew the only way he could do that was to move aside the fear and face those fears and face that vulnerability and talk to Bishop man to man and say, look, I didn't snitch on you before. I've represented you before. You're my client now, and I'm not going to snitch on you. You can trust me. And he had the courage to do that. Hopefully, in that moment, we saw the strength and the vulnerability.
Okay, well, I'm going to be watching Sunday at 9:00 on CBS. I love the show. I hope you don't get the 15 years. Love the show, and I hope you and Kalinda get married, have babies, because you would make beautiful babies. And we thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And when you come to Charleston, come visit us.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
All right, thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you.
All righty, bye-bye.